Hi there, welcome to another video from Parker Adams Boat Sales. I'm Jonathan Parker and today we're here at Swanwick Marina on the River Hamble to look at this fantastic 2015 Sargo 36 Fly. As you can see, it's a beautifully polished boat at the moment. It's in great condition, just been anti-fouled. It's got a fantastic powerful 5-blade duo propeller in the bow thruster. What I really like about the Sargos is the go anywhere real 4x4 of the sea ruggedness of them. They're really brilliant sea boat. Very practical, and some of the practicalities show on the outside as well, such as these rubber fenders actually built into the boat. It's very rare you see the rubber bump stops, as well as the rubber strip all the way around the sides. There's a high one and a lower one, so you don't have to worry so much about bumping into things. You know, if you're careful, obviously you'll have fenders out, but these great bump strips are there for practicality. It's got fantastic lines, extended platforms. So this is 11.8 metres overall. It's a 3.65 metre beam, and there's even, if you look here, there's actually a rear anchor as well. So electric windlass just under here. Can you see that up under? And this is actually fitted, as most Sargos are. They're all on stern drives. So the only one that isn't now is the new 45, which we've done a video on as well. That's on IPS drives. It's the first one on IPS, but otherwise they're on stern drives. But this one are DPI drives. So these are Volvo Panda D6 400 horsepower engines, and on DPI drives, what that means is it has a joystick control. So these turn independently of each other, which allows you to have joystick control much like an IPS, but on a stern drive system, so you can actually still raise and lower the legs, which you cannot do on IPS drives. So in finished waters, you get in quite shallow waters, there's a lot of bow docking. So having the ability to have a shallower depth is really important. There's also trim tabs. And what I like about the bathing platform is they always have access. So if you look at these access hatches, so they'll always have lifting access hatches, and the point of these is so you can get at the stern drives. There's so many bathing platforms that if you do have something get caught in the stern drive, you can't get it off, but they've always thought of that with this, and you can do that. There's also a ladder that you can deploy whilst you're in the water as well, which is just on the back here, easy access. On the back of here is a tender, but it has snap davits, so you can easily put it in the water and out. And now we're going to show you up onto the boat, so we're just going to pop up the ladder and we'll catch you in a sec. Right, up at the top of the ladder now, you can see we're now in the rear cockpit area. We've got the bathing platform that we've just stepped onto, really good side access, and the hatches are there to lift so you can look in. But there's a massive big door on the back. I really like this because it actually makes it level with the other rails. Sometimes the doors are so low that you kind of miss that, but it's actually a very sturdy cockpit ladder. You've got lovely seating all the way around. Now the 36 really provides really good cockpit seating. So all the way around here there's seating. There's even a bit of seating under the ladder there, and you think, well, why put it there? That's really silly. But the ladder actually lifts and can be stowed up here. So you can actually have a full seating around this table on twin legs here, and this can be stowed away as well. It doesn't have to be here, and there's also good stowage underneath here for putting ropes as well. And I haven't opened this yet, but I noticed this earlier. There's two catches here, and I've got a feeling you can have short access into there as well, so you can just sling things in there as well. So it's very clever that they think of just adding access where sometimes you think, well, you know, they don't have to do that, but it just does it for ease of use. So really clever. There's lighting as well all the way around the side decks. So if you follow me around the side decks, really one thing you'll find is the Sargo, the whole deck is level. So it's one of the only boats in the world where all the decking is level. There's no going up steps to go around the side decks. As you can see, it's completely flat going all the way around. Really good freeboard. I mean, look at this. This for children, for anybody, rough seas, you'll still feel safe travelling around the sides. You've got a side access door here, which leads into the saloon, but then you'll come up to the front bow section, and in the bow section it's got a lovely bathing area up the front. And again, it's quite rare to see on this sort of style boat, but this has all the luxuries. There's even a small seat on the front here, which most Sargos will have. As well as I was saying about bow boarding, so bow berthing, it has a drop down, so this can be used as a step to get on and off the boat, as well as the walk through. And they've, even with that in mind, they've offset the windlass so the anchor deploys slightly to starboard, so it does not get in the way of you getting on and off the bow. Very clever. There's a great spotlight on the front, which is on at the moment. So that really is very good for if you're at anchor, to light up the front area so you can actually deploy and raise the anchor at night. So there's nighttime boating in mind as well. Round the other side deck, and again there's another door access, so you've got two side accesses, but look at this, there's even a side access door, so if you're single-handed you can step straight out of the helm, straight off the boat, and get your lines tied on. Fantastic. Right, very, very easy. It's quite nice windows down here from one of the cabins, which we'll show you in a bit. But what I want to do is just show you up on the flybridge. The steps are quite easy to step up and down, and then we'll come up. And again, we've got a nice social area up here. This front seat back can go backwards, so you can have 3 facing forward seats, or you can go the other way and you can have a social area. There's a small table that fits here as well. You can have a small table, I'll show you that in a bit, it's in one of the cabins. And the little area at the back you can see is propped up at the moment, but that can also go flat. So it's propped up for a bit of back support, but it can also go flat. Also notice the flybridge arch. So the arch, you can see there is actually a big, I mean that's a massive open array radar. There's real long distances in mind with this. There's another spotlight, a remote control one, and a TV aerial. But if you look about halfway down, it's hinged. So this whole radar arch can actually fold forward, and it reduces the air draft of the boat to enable it to go under bridges. So we'll put on the description the air draft. I don't know off the top of my head. We might be able to see it in a minute. But we can actually see then the upper helm. You can see the fantastic joystick control. Engine controls, steering, as well as you've got your Volvo Panda gauges, bow thruster, auto trim tabs. So you just press the auto button and the trim tabs sort themselves out. But then we've got this massive Garmin, I think it's a 8045 model, but you can see how big and bright that is. You're never going to get lost using this one, I can tell you. And of course we've got the autopilot as well. So this has pretty much everything you'd want. It also has AIS, in case you were wondering. So if I zoom in, we can see all the AIS targets around, and you can see this is where we are. We're at shore at Swanwick, so it knows exactly where we are. And as we zoom out, you can see the River Hamble leading out to the Saloon, which then leads out to the Isle of Wight here. So you can see we're right in the mecca of boating. As we go right the way out, if you're in another country, you can see where we are in Great Britain, right in the middle of the south coast. Right, let's cover that one back up, and let's pop down into the living accommodation. Oh look, that's quite a nice storage. Oh, actually, get your head under there. Look, that goes right the way down and back. That's brilliant storage. And you can see there's some individual covers for the helm station and the helm seat, so they quite simply will come over. They're going to be laundered. They're in a bit of a mess at the moment. We're kind of at that late winter point at the moment where most of the valeting's been done, but just the final touches that you don't want to do until the boat's just launched is like the valeting of the covers and things like that. So let's pop down. And there's 3 accesses to the saloon. So we've got the 2 side doors. You're right there, Nick. So we've got the 2 side doors, and then we've got this nice rear door as well. And this is the main locking door, so you would actually lock and unlock from here. When the steps are stowed upwards, this window also comes up as well. And this window is actually a really nice thing to actually bring light and airiness into the main saloon. Because it's winter, we've got a dehumidifier going at the moment. But there's also a television as you come into the saloon. But then come through, and you can see this is now the inner saloon seating. We've got a fantastic table with the side folds to make it into a complete table. But the idea of this is to give you a bit more access coming through, but also grab handles, because again, this is such a rugged go anywhere boat, and when you're in a heavy sea, the boat's not bothered, but you might be, so you need something to hold on to. And then we've got a side galley, so we've got a twin hob, twin sink, and then we've got a microwave combination griddle and oven as well. So really good setup on the galley. It also has a generator, so it's actually got a 3 kilowatt generator fitted, so we can power everything when we're offshore as well. And we've got lots of storage for drinks cabinet, of course, and glasses in here. And then we can come through to then the inner helm station. So there's 3 seats, as you can see, to the inner helm. And then we're then down to the lower helm station. Again, the big chart plotter, Volvo Panda controls, the autopilot, VHF as well, of course. Just going to turn it down. Just making a few noises. And again, joystick control down here and the main engine controls. Sargo always have a neat trick. And one of the things I like about this is that you can stand up and drive quite happily, or if you sat down, you simply pull that and then you get a much nicer position. And it's not just a matter of turning the steering, you're actually bringing all the controls to you as well. So again, so if you're sat here using the joystick, it's nice and easy. If they were kept flat, it's a bit of a stretch. So actually bringing the whole lot forward just makes manoeuvring very easy as well. There's lots of trip switches down here, so these are trip fuses. So everything's to hand, so if anything pops you can click it back in. And we control the Garmin plotter from here as well. So again, when you've got this forward, you don't have to reach over to control the plotter. You can do it all from here. So it makes life very easy. So at sea, long stints at sea is in mind as well in the design of this boat. And as you can see, as you come round, there's a really nice view. We've got wipers which really clear from full width from side to side, as they should be. So many boats don't, but proper full width wipers. And then we've got engine controls up here, and we've got remote control for the anchor winches and the bow thruster as well. So we've got wireless control for the bow thruster and the anchor, and of course a stereo system as well. There's also a little fridge. And Sargo do lots of nice touches as well. The seats have bolsters to give you a little bit more room. This one as well will spin round to allow you to join as an additional seat around a table. And I'm sure this one probably does as well. I might be wrong. I am wrong. But what is neat, it's got an actual footrest. So rather than leave your legs dangling, you've got a footrest there. And of course you've got a footrest on that side as well. And there's a fridge, so you've got the Waco fridge as well, the little fridge freezer. That's actually quite a nice size actually. And there's lots of little storage about, drawers and such like, but they also add touches like little cubbies to store things, and then you can raise this up and that will fold right back to actually store things like manuals, as you can see. There's also like if you've got lots of charts and you're going lots of places, you can slide them in there. So this can be stored for charts, and then you can bring them out, pop them on here to read. So really nice little touches, and you know, long distance boating in mind, demisters as well. So let's pop down. So this is now going into the bows, and we go into a very nice island bed. So it's a nice size. As I always say, I'm 6 foot. So to give you an idea of size, here I am. I'll go right up to where the cushion would be. So this is me, 6 foot, plenty of room, and then of course a partner as well can quite happily be next to me. Good side access to the bed as well, and obviously we've got these opening. Well, we've got these windows which actually they're not opening, but we can cover them up if you want to black them out. And then we've got opening hatch above with a blind, and the bow cushions are over that, of course, at the moment, so just blocking the light. And I was saying about a table up on the Flybridge, that's it, just a small table, and a pedestal is up there as well. But this is actually en suite, so there's a couple of storage spaces, but there is actually an ensuite door, and the ensuite door is Jack and Jill, so you can also access it from the side hallway. If we open the both up, we can see his electric toilet, but then we can go into, and again, so I'll remind you that I'm 6 foot tall, so I've got really good height above my head, and then into the full-size shower, separate from the toilet. So this then becomes a shower. It's incorporated with obviously the sink, but it's really not a problem. And then we've got a nice cupboard for putting bits and pieces in as well. This is actually on a little magnet on the back of the door, so when you go back to there, it just keeps itself there, which is quite neat. Obviously the shower controls here as well. Alright, so that's your bow area. Some other touches, I don't know what's in here. A bit more cupboard space, so they try and stick cupboard spaces where they can. The other thing as well, there's actually electric heaters built in. There's one there. I think there's one. I think it incorporates into there. I can't see another one in here. So that will warm up down below here. And so you think, well, okay, that's nice having the front cam, but you know, what about people? What about other people staying? Well, they do have a little trick. The Sargos do it. I showed you the side windows before. So there's actually another cabin, and you're thinking, where is it? Well, you lift this, and then open the door like that, and then there's some steps down. I'm going to go down, and I'll just walk down like normal. Again, full height. Let's say I'm 6 foot, and come on down. And there's actually 2 more beds down here. So this isn't a twin. What this is a single and then a double. So that's actually a double bed and a single bed down here. So we've actually got berthing on full-size, full-time beds, no conversions, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people on this boat. And then you could berth another person in the saloon if you wanted to. But for here, again, these are large beds. This can also be infilled, if you really wanted to, because here's the infill. You can have it one massive bed. So that's a real party, that is. And but of course, look at that. It's again got its own toilet room as well. So toilet room and sink. It's very neat, electric toilet. And you notice just to the left, the black vent. So this also has diesel heating. So it has, I think, Webasto diesel heating. And it goes to all the cabins, all the heads. It goes everywhere. So again, really, really neat. There is access to things as well. So one thing as well is getting to electrics, getting to pipe work, getting to seacocks and everything like that can be quite difficult. But there's really good access to everywhere. So they've really thought about that, Sargo has. And there's lots, again, there's more cupboard spaces for storage. So they're always thinking about storage. So I think it's just a fantastic layout all round. Well, let's pop back up. There's even nice little lights to light up the steps. And there's mood lighting, as you can see, as you come round as well. This is the generator control. And then just up here, there's a little panel where it monitors your charging. And it also has an inverter, as well as a generator, gas detector, and obviously your engine switches on and off as well. So this really is a fully loaded boat. And it's a fantastic seagoing boat. It's fantastically equipped with the generator, the big radar, the 2 chart plotters, and with the joystick control makes berthing a breeze. And really with the 2 side doors and the access around the sides, this really is a go anywhere, do anything boat with all the family because of all the accommodation it has as well. So I don't think there's anything else to say at the minute. So if you want to see how much this boat is, please come and see us at park-adams.co.uk. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and you can see all the other videos we've done. We've done over 200 now, walkthrough videos and drone videos. So please come and see us, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you on the next one. Thank you.